I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to use my phone instead of the overhead camera. The green tape's just for my perimeters on that one. So some of the guns I got in, and I asked for some project guns, and this is one of them here. Simpson Sewell Carabiner. Bolt was in the bag, just for shipping and stuff. And kind of what I want to discuss today is when you get a project gun in, and you know it's not going to be worth a whole lot of money. What do you do to at least clean it up to make it more presentable on at the shows or online or what have you? Because like this one here, it does have some nice wood on it. However, it has a very distinctive crack here that somebody has glued together with some pins by the looks of it. It's also fairly can't quite get the bolts in. However, I believe if I drop the wood out, it'll take the pressure off the extractor. And little things like how the rear sight's set up here, the screw's missing and a bit off center, and somebody put a flat up here, possibly shorten it. It's one of those things. So I'm just going to take this apart a little bit, give it a quick clean up, the wood, just make it a bit more presentable and just show that it's not a lot of effort to do. Off comes stock, and like I suspected, that just goes like so. The extractor does pull out. And with these, if you want to pull the extractor, you got to pull it out on an angle. That's what those look like. And these are serialized. 22635, 22635 on the bolt and the handle. And let's see the barrel this one. So that just confirms the bolt's still good. At least good to go in. Let's put it over there. And for these, the way they glued them, they wear on the exposed surfaces more. This is the original gluing under here. And there's not really a whole lot you can do to clean this up. Cold bluing, you can smell it, and it's not real blue. It's flash oxidized copper. And just to verify that some of these browner spots don't have any rust, usually I just like to throw a little ballistol on it and just give it a little rub with some super fine steel wool because it doesn't scratch. I'm just going to go grab some. Super fine. And some people love this, some people hate it. On stuff that's not worth more than 150 bucks, just in our current market, I can't speak to others. This is just an easy way to get some of the old grease off or the old oils off, and the old handprints. Just give it a quick little clean. Then just grab a rag. Wipe it off. Shines it up a little bit. Bolts. You don't have to use ballistol, you can use Rem oil or Hops 9, it's really good, just fairly thick. Just anything that'll act as a lubricant. Schmutz out of it. Bolt head there. And people, especially with Anschützes that have them missing because of how they used to tell people to store them with the bolts out, this type of extractor, if you ever want to make one, I have a video doing dimensioning on an Anschütz. If you ever make these, you can see that there, hopefully you'll be able to see, there's a solid line right here at the bottom of the U, and that is where these have been welded on. You need to see it on the back side as well. So really it's a piece of bar stock that has been bent up here, and then or a solid piece of rectangular stock that you mill out here, you mill it flat out the back of, and then you make the U shape and weld it and grind it to shape. This particular one has a bit of a slant going this way for when it goes into the barrel, or the chambers. Anyways, so then pull this main screw out a second. Looking into the stock, I'm just going to grab a wire brush. Fairly fancy. Ship sailed and this gun when it cracked, so what it is. So you can see here the glue is seeping out on the inside as is on the outside. Even down in here and up in here you can see the glue. It is solid, and thankfully it's a 22. That's solid as can be, thankfully. But they're nothing but bugger with. So these just have an oil finish on them. I can put chemical stripper on them, they usually like to do. But first I want to take some of this high-sided glue off, just to see what I'm working with. And for that, grab some medium grit. Just kind of sand on it a little bit. Not saying you couldn't use sandpaper or something, but I'm not trying to take a lot of wood off and see what's going on with these glue joints. If I take any of this old oil finish, so I'm going all the way out. Not hurting anything because it can be blended. Going to show what a little bit of old sandpaper would do. And you got to go with the grain. So this is actively eating or scratching the knife, turning it down. Things good. And over here, just going from finish and down. I'm looking for any ridges like here where it's getting a little tan colored. Showing you the higher and low spot. This looks like an acrid glass that they used. Definitely some form of epoxy. But black is the color of wood frame, so it is best to use. Gun was only new once, so I can only do so much with these. So, running finger over, thumb over, it doesn't dig in anywhere now. A little low spot here, I'm not going to do anything about it. But there's no high spots in this anymore. That's what it's going for. So if you don't want to completely strip it all down, you can always just take a little bit of oil using Antique Danish. Run back over it. Go from there. And I just keep buffing it in until it dries. It's only going to be a minute or so, and the rag does absorb some of it. But you don't have to let it hang and wait 15-20 minutes and then come back and sand it all down. You don't have to. You just keep buffing it. Like that. And as you can see, it's blended in pretty well. It's a little lighter on this side up here, but this wood does have its lights and its darks. And this isn't something that goes for a lot of money, just because the break and little cosmetic things. Yeah, this is all I like to do with some of these. When it's you can't bring it back. Sometimes you just gotta clean it up and make it look a bit more presentable, or like somebody's been doing some maintenance to it. That's what I'm doing here in some form. There should be. And before finishing there, I'm just going to spray a little asphalt on it. And this is a 22 rifle bore snake I've been using for years. I know some people say, oh, you shouldn't use a bore snake on a 22, and it's, once the bristles get crushed down enough, it's really doesn't matter. Feed that from the chamber, and just gravity. That's that. And you pull straight out. That's why I'm at arm's length right now. Just pull it straight out. And so there's some light pits in the bore. It's a 6 or 7 groove Ballard rifling. It's nice and tall and shiny. But yeah, there's a few grooves in the barrel. Or grooves, that thing.